Okay. So, we might as well. We need to keep... I've done this before. I'm like, yeah, I usually like move only, so I'll set that. But then I'm like, try to kill the first Exile. I'm like, alright, I don't have an attack. Although, what you can do is you can go move only and change that. Move this over here. There's a few things you can do before the race. So, guys, I don't think we're too far off starting. How many minutes are we off? 4 minutes, or 3 minutes. Probably about 3 minutes. Okay. So, welcome guys to the 90-minute Merveil kill. This is the first of the season for these. I think this will be a race I do a lot in the future. I think if you're new to racing, this is a good one to jump into, because it's not about just getting the highest level or just getting a certain level. This is about trying to get the fastest Merveil kill you can, and the people that have really been competitive will go for the fastest possible Merveil kill. But you can still get points for just killing Merveil. 90 minutes is a pretty generous amount of time to kill Merveil in, so even as a new player, even new to Path of Exile in general, you can jump in this and just learn the process of getting to and killing Merveil. It'll make you a better player doing this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to enjoy it, and yeah, I think it's a great race to jump into. I'm glad they did these boss kill races here. So I think now is a good time for me to turn off global chat, since it's getting a little bit out of control, and I'm going to be playing Shadow. I'm going to be playing Viper Strike, Fire Trap, Ethereal Knives. So the reason for that is, if you find a decent physical weapon, you can use Viper Strike. You use Viper Strike at the start as well. It's really good single target damage, and you can use it to kill Merveil and Brutus with quite effectively as well. Fire Trap is excellent AoE, and it just works without any other investment. And Ethereal Knives also benefits from the same things as Viper Strike, that is the physical damage nodes here. And it's also a pretty beginner-friendly sort of spell, and I wanted to do something that would be easy for you guys who haven't raced much yet to emulate. So I might die like halfway through and screw this race up, but I'll try and take it pretty slow and evenly paced, and just go for a solid Merveil kill, not a super fast Merveil kill, just a solid one. So we'll go for our 8 points. You know, let's switch on over here and go to Path of Exile, and if we go to events. We're in 90-minute Merveil kill here. You can see that getting the Merveil kill gives you 3 points, and then if you can reach level 17, you get 5 more points on top of that. Because it's a pretty generous amount of time, that's not going to be too difficult. But you can just go for a lower tier. You can just try and, for your first race, try and get to 9 to 12, and try and get up to Merveil, or get close there. So as for leveling, I'll go through the Fizz damage, coordination, blood and menace, soul siphon, go through sniper and into quickness, and that should pretty much finish us out. We can get trickery if we have a little bit more there. So it should be good. It should be good. So race is about to start. We're like 30 seconds left. Good idea to have a bit of a stretch first. I think this will be fun, guys. I'm looking forward to this. So, I'll do my best to commentate as we go. It's been a while since I've done a normal race, like a non-ledge race, so I'm going to be kind of pulling at ancient memories here, but I'll do my best. No doubt I'll not do things as efficiently as they could be done, but we'll get there and we'll do them with our kill, and I think it'll be good fun. Alright, 10 seconds, let's do this. Get that glass shank, talk to this guy. Uh-oh, that's right, I changed my I changed my setup. Okay, so we're going to pick up everything that drops at this point. Let's put Viper Strike over here. If there's chests like within half a screen, you should go grab them. There's a second dagger, we can put that on. That increases our attack speed and gives us a bit of block as well. And like I picked that up just so that we can sell it. We can sell that for scraps. Now you don't need to kill anything here on the first beach. Even as a beginner player, you shouldn't really kill anything here on the first beach. It's a waste of time, and it's very easy to level in the next zone. So we just go straight up this way and head straight for Hillock. And we're going to take out Hillock. Now, for the Hillock fight, we're going to be focusing on using our flasks as effectively as possible. So we're going to engage with Viper Strike. When our mana gets to about half, we're going to use a mana flask. And same for our life as well. You don't want to do too early and you don't want to do too late. You can see Viper Strike kills him very quickly. Now we're going to pick up all of this. It'll auto-equip the rings, that's good. If you auto-equips a chest, you want to unequip the chest. And then we're going to sell all of this stuff. So we got, that was a pretty good start, and you can see all the shadows in first, because shadow kill is the fastest kill in the game. There's one ranger in there, which is kind of unusual. Now we'll also sell the transmutation shards, which gives us a scroll of wisdom. Now I recommend, as a beginner, you try and buy a coral ring. Now I don't have any coral rings to get. This one's magic and I can't buy it, so that's unfortunate. So what I'm going to do instead is check for move speed boots. I'm going to take Fire Trap here. I need to find another green socket, so hopefully we can find some boots here with move speed would be nice. Alright, I'm going to buy one anyway, just because I need the socket. That's something to consider for Shadow, is that you need an extra socket. Okay, so now we have a good single target and a good AoE. Okay, so yeah, Shadow is one of like the fastest through that first little section zone there, but all of the classes do reasonably well. So we're going to just fire trap the zombies just here. I'm used to fire trapping on this button, so I'm going to switch it. I should be able to kill those guys with 2 fire traps, we just want to double check. Yeah, that's fine. I can grab this iron hat there, that's going to be good. I'll ID that. Strength, no life or anything, but we can still put that on. 10 strength is 5 life, so it's still not a bad idea. Chuck off a couple of fire traps there, finish those guys off. We don't need to kill those guys on screen. And I think what we're going to do is, in terms of ordering of this quest, I think we'll do Tidal Island pretty early. I think it should be fine. Actually, I didn't get a coral ring, so maybe we should leave Tidal Island for a bit. Usually you'll have a coral ring and makes Tidal Island a lot easier. But since I don't have a coral ring, it might be a bit more difficult. So there's a level. You want to try and get at least 1 level in here. It's going to make things a lot easier. I'll try and kill these zombies here too, though. Alright, let's grab our first level. Now we're going to go into Mud Flats. Usually what you'll do is you'll go into Mud Flats here, get the waypoint, and then go back and kill Howrake. I think I'm going to try and do it anyway, but it's going to be a little bit scary without our coral ring. I'm a bit worried. But yeah, you go get that waypoint so that we can exit the character screen and log back in. And let me turn the music down a little bit. And that'll make it like a bit quicker. We don't have to use a portal scroll to get back. Alright, so we'll take out these guys. Hopefully I can get like a coral ring or something nice to drop to make this fight a little bit easier. It's going to be a bit scary without that coral ring. If you don't get the coral ring and you're not confident with Howrake, what you can do instead is continue on and until you get to submerge passive or even ledge waypoint and then come back and get it. But I want to try and do it a bit earlier here. So level up fire trap. Let's try and kill this pack before we go down to Howrake. Howrake could be there. This is a pretty good sized pack, so I'm just going to kill these guys here. I love the like steaming. It's awesome. I don't think I need any of that. Okay, there's Howrake, so I'm going to just try and carefully fire trap him this time, until the pack's gone at least, and then we can engage with some Viper Strike action. There's a heal for us. I can tag him with some Viper Strikes and then back off. You want to try and run circles around Howrake? I'm a little bit sketchy. It's a little bit sketchy because of the lack of coral, but we should be fine. Alright, I tagged him with a heap of Viper Strikes there, so I can just back off for a moment. Let's finish him off there. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so now what we can do is just exit the character screen here. Wisdom scroll there. And then you should just be able to press Enter. Hold on. Oh, we're selected on Beyond. Crap. Here we go. Usually you can just press Enter and log back in. But because I was selected on Beyond, it didn't work. So I'll grab our skill point here. Oh, gotta talk to her first. Grab Quicksilver Flask. And what are we looking for here? Second Fire Trap is not useful anymore. That used to be a thing, but not anymore. We don't get EK here. I guess we'll get Lightning Tendrils for now then. It's not a bad skill. Okay, we can sell some of this other stuff I've picked up here. I'll keep that one there and we'll equip that. So let's sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. And we'll equip that one just there. Alright, so now we can go back to the waypoint and go to Mud Flats. Just watch the rip of the Tendril challenge. I'm glad you liked it. It was pretty entertaining to play. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. It must be I can't remember which quest gives EK for Shadow. It must be this one here, the glyph one, the glyph wall. So for these glyphs, you want to follow the creeks. They are arranged in a triangle formation. So this one, follow the creek down here, and the other one will be over there. You can learn like the layouts much more detailed and have a much better idea of where things are later. But for just early on, just kind of knowing that is that's a triangle formation is the easiest way to sort of gauge where the next thing is going to be. And then we'll grab that medium mana flask. I don't ID that. That's going to be really helpful. It's a bubbling mana flask. Can't equip that just yet, but we can save that for later. We'll grab the chain belt. We want one of those. Want to make sure you try and get something in every slot, except for chest slot, but we'll get a chest slot soon. Small mana flask. We can put that in there. Make it a bit faster. And then this is usually always over to the right, but sometimes it can be a little bit higher or lower. So just run along the wall if you're not sure where it is. Okay. Now there are a few different tips to navigating this zone, none of which I know particularly well, so I'm just gonna kind of try and work my way through here as efficiently as possible. I know if I find one of the locations where the other location will be, and I'll explain that depending on where it ends up. But as for actually like figuring out where it's going to be in the first place, I know there's some tricks, but I don't know them very well yet. Let's try and kill this blue pack just here with some fire traps, so we can actually use a lightning tendril to finish him off there. I think what I'll do now is I'll switch lightning tendril here and use Viper Strike, because I'm not going to use Viper Strike too often now. So there's the waypoint. We can actually go back and get our glyph quest reward now. Yeah, armor slows you down, it reduces your move speed. I should have explained that, sorry. But yeah, wearing chest armor reduces your move speed. So there's Ethereal Knives, so we can take that now. I'll put that in my helmet because I'm not likely to replace my helmet for a little while. So now I can probably use Ethereal Knives. I don't know if Lightning Tendrils or Ethereal Knives is better at this point, but I think both are pretty good. I think the drawback with Lightning Tendrils, as in terms of like from the beginner perspective, is that Lightning Tendrils has a lock-in-place sort of effect. So you kind of need to know a little bit better when to use it and when not to use it. So I think we'll go with Ethereal Knives for the purposes of this race. So it's a bit safer and easier to use, I think. So just throw a Fire Trap, follow up with an Ethereal Knives, and kind of finish things off with Fire Trap. Okay, so I discovered the waypoint. I'm going to head to one end. I'm not sure which end is going to be the correct end, but we'll head to the one end here, and this should hopefully take us to... we can do Submerged Passive. Actually, this is a 90-minute race. I think we will just do Submerged Passage for this one. I don't know if that's the best choice, like in terms of speed racing. Well, I did find Upper actually. I guess. Maybe let's say this for now. Maybe later I'll work out a more refined process for deciding this, whether it's worth going for Lower. It might not be ever worth going for Submerged Passage for the extra passive point. But let's say for this race for now, for just getting started and learning racing, I'm gonna say we want that portal scroll. I'm gonna say if you find Lower Submerged, then do it. But if you don't, then just continue on to Ledge. I mean, one passive skill doesn't make that much of a difference at this point, like in this duration of a race. In a longer race, you'll usually get it, but in the shorter races, I don't think it's worth it. Alright, so there's another level. We can grab another fizz damage there. The fizz damage is all helping Ethereal Knives. Probably is better to go Ethereal Knives because we're getting the fizz damage, actually. If you're playing a Witch or something, Lightning Tendrils would be better. But we're able to use Lightning Tendrils just for a brief moment there. We'll grab the Blacksmith Whetstone. That can actually be used for spell damage recipe, which can help our build because we're not using... well, I mean, you can get a +1 fire. That can also work. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh. That desync. Well, that was my mistake. So what did we learn just there? If you try and weave your way through a large group like that, you can get desynced. So you want to try and kill those mobs before you move through them. So I'm going to restart and we'll go again. Not a problem. Like we've got plenty of time. If you die that early on, really not a problem at all. So we're just going to go to character select screen, delete this one, and start again. Doom. So we'll join. We've got plenty of time to go do it again. Second try. Let's go, go, go. Still got plenty of time to get a Merveil kill, so not a huge loss. What did we learn there? Don't desync. Well, you can avoid the desync for sure. And the best way to do that is to not weave your way through large packs of bombs like that. Oops. Alright, let's move back here. We get a chance to refine this and get a second watch through of this earlier section there. Same process again. There's a chest that's closer. We'll grab that. Transmute's a really nice find at this point. We can sell that for wisdom scrolls early on, or you can use it on boots. Yeah, you have a few options with that. All you have to do is kill Merveil. This is the kill Merveil race. 90 minutes kill Merveil, which is plenty of time to get a Merveil killing. Alright, same thing again. Once our mana gets to about halfway, we're going to use a mana flask, and it should never reach the top or bottom during this fight. So you can see we're not quite topping out there before the mana flask runs out. Probably use that second one a little bit too early, but that's fine. We're going to get the kill here nice and quickly anyway. Okay, so again, we're just going to sell all that. We can actually use Nailed Fist for this. That'll work with Viper Strike. We're eventually going to want to switch into wands though. I think I will sell that for scrolls. So there's a 27 coral. We're doing a little bit better this time around. Now, because I have extra scrolls, I can check for move speed boots. We'll take our fire trap. Thankfully, we got some gloves that time around. So checking, there's fire resistance, armor. Well, nothing there's really worth purchasing, so I'm going to just leave it then. We can head on out. But yeah, you can get 3 points just for getting to Merveil and killing her, and then you'll get some extra points for reaching a certain level and surviving as well. Alright, let's put this one here. Again, we'll get a level in this zone. That's a nice pack of zombies there to do it on. I'm gonna head up through here. It's not really worth killing this boss, I don't think. Maybe Viper Strike is a pretty fast kill on this boss, the Fire Fury, but I don't think it's worth it. There's a wand we can equip later to increase our spell damage. There's a second Viper Strike gem. Oi, let me get the wand! Go bastards! Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't think it's ever really worth killing the Fire Fury. Okay. So down this way, I'll grab our skill point, which has got some max life on it as well, which is nice. Let's throw a few more fire traps in there. Pretty good mob density through this run through. It's gone pretty well. That lightning touch rip, 11 out of 10. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Okay, now Tidal Island should be here. This is one of the weirder layouts. No, alright, we gotta go back for Tidal Island. Oh no, this is fine. This is actually good. We want to go and get the waypoint first anyway, so that worked out fine. I should have probably given you guys a bit more information on making your way through that zone as well, actually. But it's always the bottom right corner, or it's always over to the right, obviously, but I think it's always the bottom right corner. The orientation of the map can change a bit, but I'm pretty sure that location remains relatively steady. But the location for Tidal Island is always just to the left of it, not a very far distance. Actually, I think there was one map where it's like you have to go up and around the mountain or something. Does that map still exist? They might have removed that one, because that map was brutal if you got that in a race. That might not be a thing anymore. There's a power ring. We'll try and grab that because it's going to make it a bit easier so we're not running out of mana so often. There's some boots as well. Maybe it would have been a good idea to keep the transmute and then transmute boots for potential move speed. But it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Oh yeah, we accidentally had some armored chest equip. You can what you can do just before the Hailrake fight though is like about to fight Hailrake, you can chuck a chest on because you don't need to run fast for the Hailrake fight so much. But a bit of extra protection, especially if it's like an ES chest, can help a little bit. So here's Hailrake himself. There's another wand. I'll grab that. We can switch to dual wands later on, and what we can do is have a weapon swap with Viper Strike in it. So now it's just Hailrake. I'm going to Viper Striking. Now I should be able to just do this like Hillock, right? Like basically just watch my health and mana and use these guys. I don't think he's too dangerous. If you got a coral ring, nice and easy. So that was pretty good bunch of loot there, and that's going to be fine. We'll character select and go back to town now. Okay, so now we take this one, put that in there. And again, we're taking lightning tendrils just for this first part here, this first section. Now what we can actually do is, we have the right sockets to do so we can switch out this here and chuck this in one of these wands, and dual wands, which is going to give us a little more spell damage. Then we want to switch to lightning tendrils and fire trap, and we can sell the rest of this stuff. Get an ID some of this stuff. If there's any boots, you really want to ID those as well. Life gained on kill is not a bad idea, but we're not gonna be switching around all that stuff. So I'm just gonna get rid of all of this. Okay, and then we can head back. Grab that. Head back to Mudflats. So we're pretty geared up at this point. Like this zone should be quite easy now. Okay. You can sell those fragments for wisdom scraps if you need to, which can convert back into wisdom scrolls. So that's pretty nice. Kill those guys very quickly, probably because of the dual wands I equipped as well. The burst damage of the fire trap goes up with the spell damage from the wands. And we can finish them off with lightning tendrils if we need to. So just a quick, just one tap of lightning tendrils will cast 4 times. Oops, triangle will be in that location, I think. This is a weirder layout. No, I think this is normal. All right. Followed the wrong creek though. It'll be over here. So I'll just fire trap. One quick touch of lightning tendrils. Finish those guys off. And I think we're good. Now it should be just through here. Lead with the fire trap. There it is up there. Oh. I opened my menu, which moved my mouse cursor. It changes the location of your mouse cursor. It changes the direction of your character, and then I moved around the wall a bit. Okay, so we're going to be conscious of desync in this zone now. Because this is a narrow zone with lots of like little sea witch things in it, sea witch spawns, it is a little bit prone to desync. Now we can go back and get our EK now. So we only use lightning tendrils just for a brief moment. Would it be a good idea to take the chest off? Good point. I did miss that. So now we'll go grab our ethereal knives. Tarkly is who we want to go to. Now we're not actually level 4 this time, so we'll just leave that aside for a moment. And we'll grab, we'll switch that out once we reach level 4, which should just be like a couple mob kills basically. Fire trap a couple packs and we'll be there. So that, you know, those sorts of things change a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Okay, now we have to be conscious we haven't found any portal scrolls, so we can't do any portaling out or anything like that. Should just be able to kill these guys here. Again, I was wiggling through the pack. That's kind of what you don't want to do. So let's just work our way through here. Alright, there's that level. We can switch out to EK now, so we can switch out through. Oh, we don't need Viper Strike in our gear at the moment, so we can just keep that aside. You do want to keep Viper Strike though. Oh my god. Yeah, but you do want to keep Viper Strike for sure. Getting a little bit aggressive, wiggling through those mobs again. Because what we can do is we can find ourselves a decent physical damage weapon and keep that on a weapon swap and use that to kill bosses with. Because ethereal knives and fire trap, not the best single target damage. Really good AoE, but yeah, not the best single. Oops, we haven't switched to EK yet. Here we go. There's a blue pack right there, so I'll take that out. I'll take that knife. Knives can roll spell damage, so we want to use that. And you can also use knives for Viper Strike, so they've got a nice duality there. If you find a decent dagger, you can either use it for either of those things, so that it's got a, you know, double chance of being useful for us essentially. Now I did get Flood of Depth, so I think in this case we will go get the passive. Then we can redeem it once we get up to ledge. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, but we'll go with this method for now, and later on I'll work out whether it's worth going for this at all. There's a power meal, that's good. Mana regen is going to be helpful, keeping our mana up a little bit. Portal scrolls also very helpful, so we can ID that. It's got some cold resist on it. I already had a power amulet even. Hey Menky Image, how you going, man? Let's take out this guy here. Corroded Blade's a good example of something you can use for Viper Strike. We'll find an upgrade before we need to use that though, so ID that. That's a fizz damage one, so we could use that in a weapon swap for Viper Strike, but honestly there's nothing we really need to Viper Strike at this point. I mean, we could set up Viper Strike for the other boss, but I don't think it's going to be worth the hassle. This boss isn't too difficult in here in normal. But yeah, Brutus and Merveil can be done with Viper Strike, which will be very nice. So we'll be keeping an eye out for a decent physical two-handed weapon. Bladed weapon is best. Doesn't have to be a two-handed weapon, but I think two-handed weapon will work nicely. Goat's Horn, that can be a spell damage increase, so we can check that. That's like 12 spell damage compared to 11. It's not really worth bothering with, unless it's a bigger jump than that. This is a blue pack here, we'll kill these guys. Blue pack's a nice XP. Now, if we want, we can equip that Scale Vest just for this fight. It auto-equipped by picking it up. Oh. And this guy actually does take a little while to kill with EK and Fire Trap. Might be best to keep Viper Strike on up to this point and kill him with Viper Strike. Something to consider for the future. We use our Fire Traps anyway, and then just follow up with EK. Lightning Tendrils might actually be better single target at this point. I wonder. Whoa, that burst though. There we go. Ouch, that hurt. Okay. Alright, there's a medium mana flask. We'll take that and equip it. Now, we can either run back, or if you get the waypoint, you can log and then go back to the waypoint. Either of those are a fine option. But I think I'll just run back this time. Okay. So that's a passive. I don't think the passive is worth it in the 90-minute race. Especially how long it takes to kill with Fire Trap EK. Seems like a bit of a waste of time. Oops. I went down into the little ditch in there. I mean, these zones aren't bad to level in, but getting to ledge as quickly as possible is generally a better idea. Okay. So, I think we'll unequip this first now since we're just running. So now that we've found this zone just here, there's a crab blocking our way. That's just asking for a desyncing. So now that we've, just check the OS there. Now that we've found this one, the other zone's going to be like to the opposite direction of that, so we're heading up now. Should be able to go straight up all the way there. Alright, we can ID this in case it's a good one later. It's not very good. Strongbox is good. Can't believe the strongboxes. I'm kind of shocked about that, really. Superior fire trap? Sure. What's the... I don't know if it's worth using because of the level. What's the quality on it? 7% with... Whatever, I'm not going to bother with it. It's too low a level anyway. Level is more important. But we'll do the strongbox for sure. There's some boots. Awesome. Lightning resist. I'll take it. And we can sell that for scrolls. There's upper submerged. It takes no time with Viper Strike. Yeah, maybe if you leave Viper Strike equipped, that crab might be a lot quicker and worth doing. So that's something to remember for next time. So I'm going to refine a lot of the things I learn and learn a lot of things from doing this as well. But I'll just try and communicate the things that I do know for you guys. Chat's nice and quiet, which means that I say nice and quiet because it means a lot of you guys are doing the race. That's awesome. Hope you guys are going well. Someone's already got the Merveil kill, Forest Encampment. You can see how fast the really experienced racers are. Hellman is amazing, yeah, but someone's already even gotten the Merveil kill. You see someone just got to the old fields, which is Act 2. So there's some pretty damn impressive racers out there. So, oops. Check those chests for sure. 1 EK and Fire Trap should be enough to take out these guys. Follow up with a second Fire Trap if we need to. Hellman might have died early on as well, if he's not topping the race charts. It's possible. Not racing, but grinding really hard before bed. Hope that's going well as well then. There's another level. Now in Ledge, this is like the farming location. You can actually farm a couple levels in here. In normal, it's not explicitly necessary. I'm not sure. We'll take a look at it, figure out whether that's something we want to do. I do need that Scroll of Wisdom though. Let's check out. If I equip those gloves, I'm not going to be able to keep my EK and Fire Trap equipped, so I need to keep my current gloves. We do want to go back though and get our passive point. We don't have any gems to pick up at this point, but that's fine as well. Alright, coordination. Passive point, thank you. We can sell some stuff while we're here. Bam, 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 bam. Sell that for extra scrolls. And we'll go up towards Blood Siphon now. We could have actually reset Ledge from there as well. That might have been not a bad idea. Now what we're keeping an eye out for as well is iron rings and blue gems, because we can use those with one of the vendor recipes to get ourselves some cold resistance for Merveil. It's essential to get cold resistance for Merveil unless you're a very experienced player, and even as an experienced player it makes the fight a lot easier. So if you can manage to get yourself one of these rings as you go, it's gonna be a hell of a lot easier. A completely different fight. So again, just being efficient in this zone means trying not to kill mobs that are like, if there's 2 mobs, skip them. If it's 4 mobs, then you probably want to kill them. Like packs smaller than 3, and often you can draw smaller packs to larger packs. I actually got a shrine here, so this is pretty good. What I'm going to do is draw these guys away and then grab the shrine. The shocking ground and the zapping is going to help me kill these guys a lot faster. We can kite them onto the shocking ground and the fire trap, which will kill them extra fast. The fire trap damage is boosted by the shocked ground as well, including the burning ground. Shock stacks, or 8 being shocked, increases damage taken from all sources. Now, it's not worth killing Kuduku, so we'll just skip him completely, but we can kill the mobs around him. Pretty good XP. So it's level 7 zone, we're level 7. You can, I guess as a beginner, you could farm to 9 in here to be a little bit safer. I don't know if I should do that just to kind of show that process. Or you can just farm to 8. We're going to get 8 in here, so I'm probably just going to progress. I'll grab this next shrine though. Man, those shrines. Oh, it's the end anyway. I'm actually going to progress, I think. Hellman died? Oh, man. That's unfortunate. Okay, there's another level. Let's grab Blood Siphon. Yeah, especially that we just got Blood Siphon, level 8. I think level 8's fine to move on for a Shadow. Even as a relatively inexperienced character, we can kill things in here. A lot of more experienced races will actually just straight up run through this zone. Like, they'll just straight up skip this zone. I'm going to ID that helmet in case it's got life on it. It has block and stun recovery and high armor, so we'll equip that. That's a bad pack to be killing. I shouldn't be wasting my time with that. Portal Scroll we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and kite through here as much as possible. You can take it a bit slower in this zone if you're not very comfortable with it. But I'm going to try and just kill the very large packs like this with fire traps mostly. The goat men are annoying because they destroy your fire traps, so try and throw them away from the goat men. Trigger them on something else like skeletons or the dogs. Fire trap to kill us. That's a nice little group pack there. We'll finish those guys off. Fire trap leveled. We can get rid of lightning tendrils. Actually, we need lightning tendrils because that's going to be our cold resist ring. Shouldn't throw away a gem. A little bit spread out. We can take them out pretty easily there. And there we go, into Upper Prison. That was a nice easy run through there actually. We got through that zone very quickly. If you have the music now is when the dramatic scary bit and music kicks in. Now with these Necros, what you do is you can just kill the pack and then skip the Necro, because the Necro is going to revive the skeletons, which is going to slow you down quite a bit. This is a large shrine just here, so I'm going to try and do my best to take out much of them, but we don't have to spend too much time. There's an iron ring, perfect. I'm going to grab this shrine. And then let's move on, because we don't want to spend time killing resurrected enemies. Resurrected enemies do not give experience. There's a cold snap. If we didn't have lightning tendrils, we could use that. Another coral ring, awesome. That's awesome. We can switch that out for the power ring, which should be fine for mana, especially because we've got a medium mana flask as well now. Now, I'm not sure as to the tricks for navigating this zone either, actually. Peace amulet. We'll grab that just in case we need intelligence. I don't think we'll need intelligence though. I'm pretty sure my build will function without getting any. These shrines are awesome though. Definitely want to grab those as a medium mana flask. We'll grab that, and we'll try and upgrade this as we go. For managing stuff in your inventory, so that way wasn't the right way, turns out. But we want to skip chatters is very dangerous, but we need to get past him, so we'll try and kill the ads just a bit and then just run past. He's not worth killing either. So yeah, for managing your inventory, let's take that longsword. I'll tell you why in a minute. For managing your inventory, just kind of do it slowly to begin with, and so basically what you want to do is you want to make sure you so start off I guess doing it when there's no enemies around. So like let's say there's no enemies now, click over here, then do something in your inventory. And just start off by doing it slowly, but you'll pick up speed as you practice it. There's another shrine over here, I'll try and grab this. Nice, really nice XP around the shrines because of the massive pack size around them. Alright, I'm going to grab Soul Siphon now, which means we'll have no mana problems for the rest of the race. Alright, should be this doorway over here, so let's go over there. I'm not going to bother killing those skeletons because they probably resurrected anyway. I think those guys aren't. And here's up to Upper Prism. This is a good zone to get some levels in, so you can take a little bit slower and kill some stuff through here. There's now the reason why I picked this longsword up is it can be used. This is actually a really good find right here. Longsword's a decently high-leveled base, and it's also can have pretty good damage rolls on it too because it's magic. We've got to increase physical damage. So what we can do is we can switch this here, and we can put Viper Strike in it. And because it's a bladed weapon, we can use it with Viper Strike. So that was a good find. We can now use that to kill Brutus with. Okay, I'm not sure if we're navigating this zone either, so we're just going to run through. Don't mind spending a little bit longer in this zone anyway, because the pack size is pretty good. I don't have a chain belt, want to pick that up. You can take an Ember Amulet, can be pretty handy to have. That's not useful. Because if you find a weapon that you don't have the strength to equip, so like you find a higher level sword and you don't have any strength, then that'll give you the strength you need to equip the weapon so you can switch it out. Now we don't want to go into the corrupted zone. I'm surprised the corrupted zone's even there. So a lot of these elements have made their way into racing. Last time I raced seriously was like before a lot of this stuff was added. So quite a while ago, over 6 months ago. That's all resurrected as well, so let's just skip all that. Yeah, let's toss some stuff out of our inventory, save some space here. Okay, so we're doing pretty well. We're lined up with a cold resistance ring there. That's all we need for the cold resistance ring. We've got a transmute we can use. Bear trap. Bear trap's actually not bad. What level requirement is bear trap, and is it worth using if I find it at this level? Requires level 4. I'm not going to use it anyway because you guys are unlikely to find one. Can you comment on the beginning of the Clicker Heroes racing season? No, no more Clicker Heroes. I'm an addict. Another ethereal knives. I keep finding so many like duplicate gems. Let's work our way through here. Let's grab this Soul Siphon now. It's going to sort out our mountain problems. At that point, when you get Soul Siphon, if you're a little bit unconfident with your healing, you can switch out your... Like, if you can put like 3 life flasks. I actually have no life flask upgrades, so what we need to do before Brutus, and would have been a good idea to do earlier even, actually, this is something I neglected, is to go back and purchase another life flask. So we'll do that very soon. We'll purchase some life flasks. And if you find 3 smalls, you can actually upgrade them to a large. If you sell 3 smalls, you can sell them. You'll get a medium back. But we'll go back and buy some life flasks before we kill Brutus. Because small life flasks are not going to cut it. They're not going to keep us alive. Yeah, bear trap probably actually would be good to use, but I'm not going to use it anyway because, as I said, you guys won't have one. But if you did find one, you could definitely give it a whirl. Use it to pin the bosses, deal some extra damage, throw them down, follow up with some Viper Strikes. Would be pretty solid. Level 10, level 10. We'll kill this blue pack. There's a superior meter mana flask. I can switch that out for our other one. Actually, didn't we get a magic one? Or was that last? That was probably the one we died on. We still haven't found any move speed boots. I'm tempted to transmute these boots, and I think I will. That's the this is the unique Necro. I'm not gonna worry about him at all. Wow, this zone layout though. Need to learn these layouts a little bit better, I think. Here we go. Okay, now we do have a teleportation scroll, so if you don't, you can use the waypoint before you get to here. Yeah, this is the Merveil kill. I'm just taking it slow and commentating a lot. Haven't upgraded your flask? What is this endless ledge? Might as well be. Okay. So what I can do is either I'll transmute the boots. Move speed's going to be very helpful. We got strength and life. I'll use that. It's more useful than the lightning resist. There's very little lightning damage to worry about. Okay, here's Warden's Chambers. I'm going to go back here. And we'll update our flasks. So Nessa's the person to go to. So I'm going to sell this first. We'll get our Sapphire Ring ready. That's 23. What we can do is we can actually switch that and try and get a higher one. That's 20. So we'll just go for the 23. I'm not going to worry about it too much, but a few extra percent certainly not going to hurt. So here's medium life flasks. We only have scrolls to buy those, so I'll buy one. Can't afford any more than that, so I'm going to switch these guys out there. What I can actually do though is sell armor scraps, which are not useful in these sorts of races, and buy another medium life flask, which is going to help quite a bit there. And that'll do us there. Okay, so yes, portal scroll, awesome. Upper prison layout never makes sense. Okay, so for this fight, we're switching over to Viper Strike, and we're going to use Fire Trap and Viper Strike to kill this boss. This is a decent damage weapon. Make sure you get a decent physical damage weapon first though. So we use some Fire Traps here. Gonna try and run around his slam there. Now we're just gonna try and face tank him. We're gonna get off the spikes obviously. Throw some Fire Traps down here. Kill the ads. Slam, we'll go in for close again. Now there's quite a few ads around, but there we go, I can finish him off. You see how easy that kill was? That was nothing. Super prepared, we had good gear for it. Is there anything else we need in here? Not really. I wasn't even wearing a chest armor. You can equip a chest armor for that fight. I was not even wearing a chest armor, guys. So you can see how easy that sort of a fight is just there. With a little bit of preparation work. So yeah, you should probably put on a chest armor for that fight. You don't really need the move speed. Nessa was selling cold rings, so you can buy a cold ring instead of making one, but I had the ingredients to make one. I'm going to ID this because it can be a good spellcaster stuff. We can go back and get our Brutus reward. I don't know if we need it, so we'll just go check. I don't think we need the Brutus reward, but we'll go check it anyway. Puncture, Tiama Barrage, Flicker Strike. Flicker Strike's not bad. You could, well, we're not playing with it actually. I don't think any of this is really that helpful. We can grab Clarity and maybe use that. I don't think we really need any of that. We'll grab Clarity and maybe use that later. So this didn't roll any spellcaster stuff. We'll just get rid of that. I'll check this other one. Alright, let's get rid of all that stuff. And it rolled attack speed, so we'll get rid of those. I'll keep this for the next zone. Might be dangerous. Okay. Now you don't actually need to run outside of Brutus' zone. You can actually go exit the character select screen right after you kill Brutus, right after you pick up his stuff, and then it will actually you'll still get the waypoint. So for this zone, this is going to be to the left side. You can just poke over to the right, and if you see a cliff, that's the right direction. So no cliff, so I head over this way. I'm probably just going to rely on move speed through here rather than equipping a chest armor. Lightning on these guys. Just try and fire trap them if we can there. Don't really want to kill too much in here. We're mostly just going to run through this entire zone. This zone's pretty rubbish. There's a lot of like lightning damage, which can shock you, which can be a bit of a problem. I'll kill the crabs, they're nice and easy. Where's my Ethereal Mars? Let's get that back. And the leap slamming goats are also a pain as well. Alright, there's one level. Strap Leather's a really good base armor. And then again, this one has some resistances on it. If that actually had lightning resist, wouldn't be a bad idea to equip through here. Strap Leather's a good base though. Okay, we're heading through to Sniper now, which will give us more range on our Ethereal Knives. It has projectile speed, which converts to how far the projectiles go. Coral Ring, 22. It's not an upgrade for either of ours, so I'll just get rid of it. If you have a bunch of spare, transmutes, you can pick up higher level jewelry as you're going and transmute them. But I've had no transmutes this race, so I had the one which I spent on my boots trying to get move speed. You can check the vendor each time we go back for move speed boots as well. That's probably something I could have been doing. Alright, let's get out of here now. Grab the chest. Velvet slippers. I'll keep them aside in case I want to transmute for move speed. I'm impressed how well he keeps up with us. Tonight isn't even the fastest I've seen chat while he is racing. Yeah, you just kind of get practice at reading the chat while playing things. I read it in gaps while I'm doing other stuff, so like I'm running a stretch now where nothing's happening, and I just look out the corner of my eye. I mean, I have died reading chat before, so it does happen. Doesn't the shadow look really cool with metal boots on? It's like he's wearing combat boots or something. I haven't updated my title, my stream title either yet, sorry guys. So, I'm doing the race currently if you're wondering what's going on. So, we're not going to worry about the passive point in here. Just going to head straight through to the next zone. You can use the waypoint if you find it on the way, but I'm just literally just going to run straight to the next zone. We'll grab the chest. This is also a really bad zone to like fight in, so there's like rowers and cold snap and all sorts of nasty stuff in here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the water, and then we're going to run along the water. That's like a fizz damage rower right there, really nasty. So I'm not going to stop at all for here. We're just going to try and run through the largest gaps we can. Most stuff, even like I don't even have any move speed, right? I can take my chest off and run faster even, but I don't even have any move speed, and I'm still able to like path my way through mobs pretty safely. If there's like a large mob puppy you're running into, route wide around them. So you see I'm going pretty wide around these guys here. This is pretty nasty, and that's a hay storer, so it's going to make a bit more problems here. I'm going to try and kill off some of these guys with fire traps. This is a bit of a nasty pack. Alright, we got them behind us at least. But the hay store is a big problem. You can see how bad this zone is. This zone is terrible. Alright, we're going to go straight into coves here. Please don't kill us. Okay, here we go. This zone here isn't too bad to level in. It used to be better, but there's spitting bird things now in here now, avian roaches. But killing the crabs and the stuff like that is pretty good. And the zombies, just when you kill the zombies, they release tar that slows you down, so try and kill them from range with your fire traps and stuff. Don't be on top of them when you kill them if you can help it. So these guys are like a pain. It's not really even worth trying to kill them. But I'll kill these guys from over here. And try not to get caught in their tar. But this is level 13 zone and we're level 11, so we do want to spend a bit of time getting XP in here. You can actually reset this zone and run it a few times for experience. And we might well do that actually. That's probably a good idea for sort of a my first Merveil kill sort of setup. So this is a regen pack, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to run in and grab this shrine. It's going to help us speed things up a little bit here. But yeah, all these guys are going to take a bit longer to kill. I want to keep moving because those, you can see those things are pretty nasty. Now we need to try and find a better physical weapon for Merveil, so we're keeping an eye out for anything that could potentially be good. Carving knife is a good example. If that rolls with high physical damage, it could be good to kill Merveil with. So we can ID that. It's only got 2 to 3 fire, so we'll get rid of it. Check this chest out as well. We need a magical chest with life or something would be really nice. Fortunately, no deal. Oh, getting stuck here a little bit. Trying to go for the chest. So yeah, just keeping an eye out for any like swords like we found before, or higher level piercing weapons that we can use for that. I think the longsword might cut it. Not sure. I don't think it would. Actually, not going to bother killing the rares. It's going to take too long. Topaz ring, not really helpful, so I'm not going to worry about that. Level up those skills there. Small hybrid flask. I don't really need that actually. Okay, oops. Gotta head in this way. Now there's actually a more efficient routing for here if you're trying to maximize like the amount of stuff you can kill in this zone. I think it's like heading around kind of the inside sections, you're more likely to hit the blue packs. But again, that's something I'm not too familiar with. We can go into Cavern of Wrath here, get the waypoint, get a support gem, and if we have a 2-link something, which we don't really, you can link that. I don't think you get added fire, which would be best, but maybe we can use like added cold with Ethereal Knights. Not sure if it'll be worth it mana-wise, we'll see. I'll test this out for you guys. Okay, so we have added cold. I don't think Fork is really worth it. I'll go added cold. And if we can find a 2-link setup, we can use that. So let me just check if there's anything in here for us. 2-link green is what we're looking for. And I don't see any 2-link greens that are worth using. I mean, we could grab like a dagger or something. But it's not really going to be very easy to use with our one setup, so we'll just get rid of that. Sell that one there. Just sell some other things we've got quickly. We want to keep our cold resist ring, don't want to sell that. Keep the strength ring as well in case we find a weapon. Alright, that'll do. So nothing really there. We can go back to Merveil's, and we'll do another run of. We'll do another 2 runs of this zone, which will give us enough XP. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We've still got plenty of time. What is the time left in the race, by the way, guys? If someone can let us know in the chat, we'll keep an eye out. If you guys are like playing by yourself, you can set up a timer on your phone or something. Probably a pretty good idea. Do 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 do. 45 minutes left still, so heaps of time left, heaps of time. And I've been taking it at a very casual pace. So, yeah, pretty, I think this is a pretty good race. Because you can really just get in and earn some points with it if you just take it slow and steady. Got the portal scroll. How many portals I got? 5, 20. Alright, we're gonna same process as Ledge here, trying to kill the larger packs. Grab stuff up if you can. There's a shrine that's gonna be excellent. We've got to be careful what sort of shrine it is though. It's a diamond shrine, so all that stuff that has the effect on it will crit us. It will crit us 100% of the time, so they'll deal a lot of extra damage, so you gotta be very careful of that. Want to kill the packs away from the shrine if possible. But if we can get the shrine, it's going to make our level very fast. That's a mallet, unfortunately. If it was a different weapon, we might be able to use it for Viper Strike. You can see now we're getting crits on every single throw. So there's a Bastard Sword. That could be what we want. Those crits, though, so good. Alright, we've got an Artisan Strongbox. I wouldn't recommend doing that, what I just did, but it was good fun. Good XP. Good XP, really good XP. We might not even have to do 2 runs actually. Level 13, level 13. Yeah, we might just move on after this actually. Still only have the chain belt. My gear's not great, so that's one thing to keep in mind. It's actually not worth waiting for the artisan's box, like it's not going to help us at all. So let's go projectile damage. 1 more level and that's, I think we're fine to rush to Merveil then I think, so. What I might just do is finish this one and portal and then go back to the waypoint. I am desynced. But yes, YOLOing the lockbox like that was probably not the smartest thing. Armor's lockbox is good. We could get some armor we need in here. There is a helmet with nothing really that useful on it. It's probably better than ours though, it is better than ours. Alright, nothing else there. Yeah, nothing else. We have pretty bad gear overall. We should still be able to do this though. Alright, what I'm going to do now is actually just go back. We got a decent amount of XP in there, we're ready to move on. So we'll identify this real quick. It's not got any added physical damage. I don't know if Viper Strike... Is Viper Strike only physical damage or what? Viper Strike is... 16... deals 25% of hit damage based... I think it's all damage, so I think it works with any damage type. So this is going to be better. 17 to 28, 15 to 34. I think that's going to be a little bit better because it adds the cold damage on top, so we'll use that as well. Obviously I'm taking a long time sorting out my weapons here, but I think that's worth it. Okay, so I can get rid of that one, and now we've got a decent Viper Strike weapon to do Merveil with. So we even died in the start of the race, like 10 minutes in or something, 5-10 minutes in, and still plenty of time, taking it at a very relaxed pace, and we'll still get like 7 or 8 points or something, as long as we don't die. Okay, there's our level, which gives us quickness, which has fizz damage and move speed on it. Really nice node. And then for our next level, we'll probably just grab a life node. Oops, where am I going? This is a bit silly. Now, I don't need to kill too much in here, but we want to kill stuff that's in the way that could potentially desync us. I'm going to tap my OS macro every now and then. Ziggy, I'm trying a new challenge. No trading, no party, no stashing. So just what you get, basically endless sledge style. That sounds interesting, man. Let me know how it goes for you. Could be another fun challenge to do in the future. That's a blue pack there. Let's kill this blue pack. There's a chain. There's 3-link chain boots. I had something to craft those with. I do have something to craft those with. Let's give it a go. We got life! Awesome. I'll be switching those out. What we can actually do is put in ethereal knives with our added cold. And I should be able to afford the mana for that without any real problems. But that's going to add a little bit of damage to our EK now, which is going to be pretty nice. So that's good. I like that. That was good. And getting life, you know, I mean, move speed on boots is the best thing you can get, but getting a bit of life is pretty good. Better than our last boots. So watch out for these fire explosive guys. If you have found a fire resist ring or a spare iron ring and a red gem, get fire resist for this zone. But otherwise, just be careful of these guys. Try and kill them before they explode on you, because they can wipe you out very quickly, a large pack of them. But yeah, like that pack right there, if I ran onto that bridge, could have been death right there. So you do want to watch out for these guys. Probably weapon swap to this character here and give it a kill. You can see we can get a bit of a gauge of how effective Viper Strike is at this point. Not bad, not bad. Don't think that was really worth the time, but we did it anyway. Whoop! Little bit sketchy. Yeah, I've ripped to these exploding squids before, maybe a couple times in races. So you do have to be careful of that. You can't get too over ego. Okay. Oh my god, the dead end though. I'll take that alteration. I don't think I've like got very little actual magic gear anyway. I can alterate this for chance of life. There we go. Life and lightning resist, nice. And this is a ES base as well, which gives us a bit of extra bonus, kind of effective life pool. When racing, energy shield is not as useful as normal life, because usually you're always taking damage. You're always taking little bits of damage here and there, so it doesn't get a chance to regenerate, but it does help engaging at the start of fights. So what I'm doing right there is tagging the squids and then moving out of the way. Better to kill them first, but if you just tag them and move, if you're moving at a decent speed, they'll usually explode without hitting you too much. You can at least do it so you don't get hit by the whole pack. There's a large pack right there. Alchemy Orb, awesome! That's awesome. Probably going to alch the blue ring, since I'm going to be using that for this fight. And we got extra cold resist on it. Excellent, excellent. Not a lot of extra cold resist, but a little bit of extra cold resist. We'll save that for the Merveil fight though. I could have alched one of the other coral rings, but we got those really early on in the race, so the potential stats I can get is quite low. What is this zone though? What is this zone layout? Wow. That's particularly brutal. I think it might be up in that direction, because it's not going to be back here. So that's pretty unfortunate. Oh shit. That was bad. Okay, let's go back that way we came. Damn, I'd be getting absolutely scanned by the layout here in Cavern of Anger. So it looks like it would have been over here. Yeah, someone had already powered through like really early on in the race through the Merveil kill. People who have been doing these races for a very long time, they have like Merveil kill speed down. Like they practice them outside of races, and we'll get them very, very quickly. But this race type and the way it's designed point-wise means that it can still be really enjoyable, even if you're not going for those fastest possible Merveil kills. You can just try and beat your own time and go for the points. It's a little bit nasty here. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a little bit sketchy. That was a little bit nasty. Okay, here we go. And here is our Merveil. So we'll switch out our cold resist now for our worst coral, which is 27. And there's not really much else we can do, so we'll do it! Viper Strike and Trap. So she's kind of similar, like circle strafing tactics to Brutus here. If we can fire trap to help kill the ads, and if she goes into her beam ice there, you want to be circling around her when she does it, so it doesn't hit you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drop a portal here, so that we have a portal open ready to. Now, keep tagging with fire traps. If you're like having to dodge and run away, keep tagging with fire traps, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to. We probably could have got another cold resist ring actually. But anyway, we're doing okay for now. It's going to allow you to keep the damage on her so she doesn't regenerate her energy shield. So, you know, we're dodging right now, but we can back. Now, whoa! Halfway through the fight, what I'm going to do is actually going to go buy another cold resist ring for the second form. So take it down, that'll finish her off. We'll go through while she's switching forms. Okay, and then we're going to pick up... She should... Nope, she doesn't have any other cold resist rings. But if she does have one, you can pick one up. What we can do, though, is pick up an iron ring and sell that and get another cold resist ring there. That one's not very good, so I'll take that. That's 30%. It's perfect. So we'll take that and switch that out there. 30 cold resist is worth way more than 30 life in this fight. This second form of this boss kill just here is much more dangerous. I'm so close to leveling. I probably should have got a level. Try and tag her as much as I can there. It's the ice waterfall things that you got to worry about most in this fight, so you don't want to be standing on top of those if we can help it. She's out. She's like hiding at the moment, so I'm gonna like put fire traps on her just to keep the damage on. And now we're kind of safe here. She's gonna summon some ads now. You can kind of just ignore the ads. I think that's probably the best thing to do. It's not. They're not really that much of a deal. We're gonna try and move out of the way there if they're on top of us. Want to keep off those waterfalls. And there we go. There's the Merveil kill. So from there we can you can check the loot if you want. It's like a medium life flask here, which is going to be helpful, and a spellcaster thing. But we can head through. So now, if you've gotten through and you still have spare time, what you can do is you can just end the race here if you want. If you're just happy getting the Merveil kill points. Or what you can do is, what are the reward tiers? Level 17 is 5 reward points. Now that's only 2 levels, And we have plenty of time, so we can easily get those 2 levels. So I'll grab the life just here. We'll switch over, get Ethereal Knives back out. And you can farm in this zone, or you can go to Chamber of Sins, or even Fell Shrine. Probably Chamber of Sins is best though. But we can get a few kills in here, get a bit of XP. It's really not hard to get those extra level points either in this race. Very beginner-friendly race. Oh man, missing the EK. So we should have no trouble getting a couple extra levels in here. Now we can switch out our cold resist rings here for life rings again. Unless the cold resist rolled well. It's not really that good. What does it have some lightning on it though? Lightning resist is handy for Chamber of Sins. Two more levels to go for points. Yeah, so we get the last 2 levels. And then we can call it a day. We've reached our max points for the race, so we should be able to do that pretty easily. Smash! Shatter! So you can do this way before the 90 minutes, but if you're a brand new player, then you might want to just take the 90 minutes to... you can even reach level 17 before you go kill Merveil, in that zone where we're farming with the tar zombies. You can farm up to level 17 in there even. And then go kill Merveil in your last 20 minutes or something like that. And that would be a very safe and easy way to do it. So you can farm in this zone. Depending on how long we have usually, I might do that. I'm not sure how long is left. So I think what we'll do is we'll run to Chamber of Sins. But yeah, the monkeys are not a bad XP farm. But I think we'll run to Sins. It's a better zone to farm in. I'm not gonna bother killing any of the bears or golems, but the monkeys are nice and fast, so we'll take those guys out. Am I like one-shotting them with my EK? Maybe I can just do that. Is Chamber of Sins worth going if you're 5 levels under the zone? Maybe if you're a little bit overgeared. I'm not 5 levels under the zone, am I? No, I'm not going to be 5 levels under the zone. I would probably do the monkeys if you're 5 levels under, unless you were pretty well geared up. Chamber of Sins is not particularly hard, you just need to watch out for the Chaos Zombies. So from here we can just scoot up straight to the north. Usually you'll follow the roads and get the waypoint, but we can just scoot straight to the north here, take a shortcut since we're going straight to Sins. I'll show off Sins just so you guys can see kind of how that works. It's a level 20, 21 zone, really? I think we'll be okay. Like, we're about to hit level 16. That should be fine, actually. Maybe that's a little bit far under. So maybe it would be a good idea to grab another level or 2 in there. But, yeah, maybe actually monkeys would have been best in the scope of this race. Anyway, we'll show off Sins anyway. I'm on my way there now anyway. 17, 15. We're actually getting really good XP in this zone here right now, being 2 levels under. I'm about to level up anyway. There we go. 15% cold res. I'll keep the one with life on it. I think we'll be fine in there. Let's grab Trickery. Trickery doesn't give EK much, but it does give a bit of... Well, it actually gives a little bonus cold damage, and gives bonus damage to the Fire Trap. Both the Burning Ground and the Initial Burst. This is a level 19 zone. Yeah, that's fine. We're only 3 levels under. That's fine. 19 to 21. Yeah, this first zone, this is where you farm in anyway, this first area, which is fine. This is 19. Yeah, this was fine to go here. You had me worried for a second there, man. So watch out for the chaos from these zombies when you kill them. You kind of want to scoot around them. Stay back a little bit, keep your distance. They're contaminated, keep your distance. Watch out from the Viper Strike of these spiders, especially if it's a rare. It can hit pretty hard. The harder the mob hits, the worse the degen is of the Viper Strike. Viper Strike's pretty dangerous these days. There's a nice pack. You get a little bit of lightning resist in here, it helps. The first zone isn't too bad, but they do have the lightning arrow, guys. I should be able to poke through that chaos now without too much problem. Alright, there's another bunch of Viper Strikers there. Level 18 is done at position 40 on the ladder. I don't think you get your points on this one if you die, so there's the plague boss right there. He's not really worth killing. So I feel sorry for the guys that kind of kept going and died. There's no highest level, like, so I wonder why they're still going. I don't think there's a highest level reward in this race, is there? So they kind of just lost their level points by keeping going. So we're just going to hit our max level and then finish the race, which is only half a level away. Nice and easy. Chaos! Nice big pack here. Pretty good XP. There's a nice big pack of zombies there. You can say this is a pretty easy zone to level in. They're all pretty like slow. There's the spiders and the zombies and the skeletons. The density is pretty good in here as well. Pretty large packs. Not really worth taking the time to kill the rares. Is that open? That is open. There's top 20 per class points, isn't there? No, not in this race there shouldn't be. It should just be focused on the Merveil kill. Let's have a look. Top 20 players by time will receive. So maybe people misread, but this is by like top 20 people to kill Merveil. That's what this race is. So we can just reset this zone. Chamber of Sins 1 from the door. You don't really want to go down to Chamber of Sins 2. The lightning damage gets much heavier in 2 and 3. Yeah, it's time-based for Merveil kills, so there's no top level thing. Now we're about to get our level. Uh-oh. That was a bit risky. Here we go. Oh! And there we go. And we can just for funsies allocate our last point. It doesn't really matter. But there we go, there's level 17. So we've reached our max points. 17, 5 reward points. Merveil kill, 3 points. Very easy 8 points. That's like the most points you can get in a race as like a beginner, I think. That's pretty easy to do. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And there we go, guys. So now you can log out. Don't delete your character though, so we can go back to character selection. There's another one that's died. So there's our level 17 character, our 8 points, and that'll take us up to, if I go back to events, I think, I can't remember how many points I need to log in. Let me switch on over here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that race commentary. I enjoyed that. That was pretty good fun. I think I'll do more of those boss kill races, even maybe some of the longer ones. The longer ones like the piety kill take like a lot longer to get to, but I think it'll still be a good bit of fun. So I might do more of those. But I highly recommend, at least if you're a new racer, try and get on and do those Merveil races, because you see how like I died, I went super slow, but I just applied game knowledge through that and took it slow and got like a really good chunk of points there. So I'll show you where we're up to. So I currently have 30 points from my previous Endless Ledge races, and that's going to take me up to 38 once that race finishes, which is almost enough to get a Topaz Wing, so pretty good. How many of these sorts of races are there? There's Piety tomorrow, there is some Solo Bursts, there's more Merveil ones, there's got to be more Merveil. There's a Merveil, Oversoul, sorry. Oversoul wouldn't be too bad. Brutus kills would be pretty good too. 1 hour to kill Brutus is very generous as well. You saw we killed Brutus very quickly in the race, so you could easily do that in 45-50 minutes as a beginner. So Brutus ones will be excellent to do, and you saw how easily we killed Brutus. That was basically a guide for that as well. So, alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Alright, let's go on over back to our other character there.